Welcome to Operational Harmony, Balancing Business and Mental Well-Being, a podcast with honest discussions about professional life and mental well-being in a natural conversational way. Your host is Nikki, founder of Nikki's Office, where she supports entrepreneurs through operations, systems, and strategy. And now, let's hear from our guest.
This is McCullom with Bespoke Human Potential Coaching, and I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist, and also I'm the president of Bespoke Human Potential Coaching. And I help individuals actually to remove those invisible blocks that has been silently stopping them and preventing them from becoming the best version of yourself. So I use a lot of great modalities that help think fast quickly, such as MER and neuro-linguistic programming, and also hypnotherapy. So it's a pleasure for me to be on the show today.
It's a pleasure to have you on my show today. Did you say EMDR or something else?
I said mental and emotional release is MER.
Oh,
and
okay.
It basically was created by Dr. Tad James. He started with timeline therapy, and his son went back and got a doctorate degree, and he changed it so he could register it as mental and emotional release, MER.
Okay. How is that different from whatever, the other one?
Well, basically, mental and emotional release, what it does, it literally removes the negative emotion of anger, guilt, fear, limiting beliefs. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy within minutes. Usually when I'm working with the client during a breakthrough, we start out with a cognitive type session where we actually figure out what is the root cause of what's causing that behavior. And then once we find out what the root cause is, then we do mental and emotional release, which is still a hypnotic modality that then pinpoints by the subconscious exactly where the first event or the root cause actually happened. Nikki, most coaches, what they normally do is they usually go with, if a person comes in with an issue, they said, okay, let's solve that issue. It says, I got an issue with my boss. I keep getting angry with my boss. Well, that's an issue. That's not the problem. The problem could be something that happened when they were smaller that now this feeling of anger is still carrying through. So what I do, I go back and figure out what they do. They go back and figure out what was the, and we release it quickly, easily, and effortlessly, about 10 minutes per feeling or emotion.
Okay. I don't even need to get mad at people. I started getting mad at AI. I was just getting mad at it because I was telling it to edit something that I had done,
Right.
And then give me back the fixed copy in a file. And it was like, okay, sure. And then would give me just the first page.
Yeah.
The rest of it would be gone. And I was like, stop it. You're not wrong. No, I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong.
Right.
So I have fun with AI some days.
Yeah.
Because that revolution comes, I ain't going to be one of the ones that get torn to pieces. But there are some days. They're going to be like, Nikki was so nice to us. Of course, if I get the AI that was in charge of the phone call centers, that's not going to be the case, but can only be polite for so long.
There you go.
How did you get started in doing hypnosis?
That's a very good question. My journey actually started about 35, 40 years ago when I decided to go into sales. And when I went into sales, a friend of mine introduced me to self-hypnosis about a guy named Dick Sufton. I used self-hypnosis when I was in sales. And when I joined a company, I wanted to be a motivational speaker or a sales trainer at that time. They were not coaches. They were either motivational speaker or sales trainers. And I did a lot of study with it. And then I utilized self-hypnosis and neuro-linguistic programming in my sales. And I became the #1 salesperson in less than 18 months, one of the fastest and quickest anybody has ever done it. And plus I broke records along the way. Ever since then, I've been practicing self-hypnosis. Now, 5 years ago or 6 years ago, almost 6 years ago now, I retired as a financial professional. I didn't become that coach. I didn't become the motivational speaker that I wanted to, but I stayed in financial services. I'm certified as a certified financial planner and a chartered financial consultant in the financial services industry. And I manage and help individuals. But when I retired about 6 years ago, I got a certification as an executive coach, and I hated it because of the fact that it didn't do what I did. It didn't teach what made me successful. What it did was it says, okay, you allow the client to talk and let them figure out their own problem, and hopefully they'll get something out of it by the end of the session. And I'm like, wow, I hate this. I mean, this is not what I thought about coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And what I did at that point, Nikki, I went back and I got a certification as a clinical hypnotherapist through one school. Then I went back and got a diploma in clinical hypnotherapy from another school. I have probably about 2,300 hours of study in hypnotherapy. And I also went back and got a master practitioner certification as a neurolinguistic practitioner and a mental and emotional release practitioner. What I do now, I utilize those three modalities in helping people experience rapid change.
Mm. Okay. How long do your people usually stay with you?
I hope they don't stay with me long. The whole ideal is that my philosophy is this, is that we get on it and get out with it, right? Mm-hmm. It's like change shouldn't take years. Sometimes people go to therapy for 10, 15 years. You keep talking about it, but you're not really solving the problem. What I specialize in is results. I specialize in helping my clients move from one level to the next quickly. Usually an engagement for me is about 3 months at the longest. I have some clients who like to be around and like to ask questions, and so they continue to be with me, not for change, but just for maintenance, or just to kind of me being a sounding board for them. But as far as the change is concerned, usually my clients, we have a 3-month engagement, and with 3 months, and usually the actual change happens in the first 2 to 3 weeks, meaning the first week we've actually done away with the change. And now what we're doing in the next 10, 12 sessions is actually conditioning the behavior that they've experienced already.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely. The thing about like this, Nikki, this is the deal, right? And most people don't understand this. They cognitively, only 5% of all of our behavior is conscious behavior. Mm-hmm. 95% of our behavior is subconscious behavior. Most of the time, people focus on cognitive, what I want, what I desire, my analysis, the logic, and all this stuff. That's great, but it won't make change. It won't make long-term change. They find themselves burning out is because you're always pushing hard on a cognitive level to try to make change. What I do specifically, we deal with the subconscious mind. That's what we deal with hypnotherapy. With hypnosis is that we're talking to the subconscious and not to the conscious, where all the change actually happens. Now, just like anything else, I work out 3 days a week in my gym. And the reason I work out 3 days a week is because it's conditioning. It's like my muscles, if I stop working out in the gym, that means I would either gain weight or my muscles would go away, and I won't look as good as I look right now, right? Mm-hmm. The whole ideal is once you make change, you still have to maintain it. Just as like dental hygiene, sleep hygiene, you need mental hygiene. And what I create for my clients is what I call a bespoke daily mental supplement, which is a recording that helps them help condition that behavior. It is more like if we find out a learning in the session is like, I'm more than good enough now. Therefore, I continue to move forward with grace and ease. Right. So now my voice is on the recording. That's exactly what the client said. So we put them in a light trance and continue to reinforce that behavior so that now it's on a subconscious level and not a conscious level. So they automatically start doing things. At one point, I was talking to one that I was coaching now, and he was like, "Oh, Curtis, man, right now I'm so calm, I'm so confident, and I'm present with my kids, and all these things are happening." And all the things he listed is so funny is that people forget what we've done. All the things that he listed that he was experiencing is exactly what we programmed in the last 2-3 months. Meaning now it's become a natural behavior. And it's so fun to watch because he's like, "Oh, Curtis, you don't understand. I'm more calm. I'm confident. I'm present. I'm aware." I'm like, "Wow, dude, time out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know that's exactly what you asked for? And now that's what you have."
Mm-hmm. You have one of those voices that a lot of people would like to listen to, I feel.
Thank you, Nikki.
I have issues with my hearing. I hear things too much.
What do you mean by
And
that?
like I can hear the refrigerator
Okay.
out in the kitchen, even though there's a door closed between me and that, and I probably shouldn't be able to hear it. I also, when people get loud or start talking louder, like it actually sends pain down and into my back from my ears, and my ears will start to ache. It's
So
horrible.
you're saying that I'm making your ears ache?
No, you are not. That's the thing. I've had some people on my podcast in the past where it was a struggle for me to get through the whole podcast because my ears by like 5 minutes in were like done with it. But you're good. And there's a lot of people who would say a bunch of different weird things. For me, the deeper voice is just easier on my ears.
Well, basically, a deeper voice, really. If you ever watch the newscast, people, they always have deeper resonance in their voices because it's something that people can listen to longer. If the voice is too high, it's like, wow, I can listen to it for a minute, but then it like becomes a squealing sound. So, yeah. I can help your audience with. I mean, what is it that I could help or support you? I mean, we're here, we're just talking, we just have a general conversation. Maybe we just do some stuff, right?
Yeah. I have had a couple of people on so far who do the hypnosis thing.
Right.
But I think that you do it differently than the 2 or 3 other people I've had on because they didn't mention the emotional thing. The only thing that came close was brain spotting. Have you ever heard of that?
No, there's so much stuff out there. Usually, this is the thing about it. This is so funny, what you're just mentioning, is that a lot of things are out there, right? And one of my teachers taught me many years ago is that all learnings are not in my school, meaning people can get change from a lot of different modalities. They can. If that be the case, is that people won't be who they are, meaning people have been great, people have succeeded, people have gotten rid of stuff. And what I always tell people, you find something that you feel comfortable with. And most of them are. A hypnotic modality is a modality that actually a person is an authority figure, usually read from some type of book. Basically now you believe in it, and it actually allows you to believe it. If you go to church, right, you got this guy standing in a pulpit with this book, the Bible, which now he's telling you what to do. He's looking down on you and you're listening to them. That becomes a hypnotic. On television now, especially a lot of medical commercials, are hypnotic modalities. People don't even realize it. Nikki, why do pharmaceutical companies spend billions, with the B, billions of dollars on commercials that you cannot go out to physically buy the product? You can't buy it. You have to go to a doctor for them to prescribe it to you. So why do they do it? And then the commercials and stuff that they run is very hypnotic. What they do now is that they'll come on, The music is moving, it's jumping. People are moving around, dancing around, having a good time because they have diabetes.
I've seen the ones for psoriatic arthritis and psoriasis, and I'm like, I don't dance like that because I'm on that shot. Like that's not how it works. My knees still hurt. Like, what are you?
Why do they do that? Basically, what it is, that normalize illness to make people think it's okay to be ill. It's not. Meaning, most of the illnesses that we suffer, 80% of them are mental. Meaning, if we can just deal with a deep mindset, not all of it, but most of it will. My thing is, so for me, when I see those commercials come on, I mute the television. I literally mute it. Me and my wife, we keep the remote control near us. So when those commercials come on, because I don't need that. I don't need the information. I don't need my mind to be bombarded with information that is not necessary for me. And that's what we talked about earlier. I talked about conditioning. The conditioning comes in that if you're watching and protecting everything that comes into your mind, why would you listen to someone as a naysayer? You don't need that. That's part of my belief.
Yeah, not saying that you agree with it or anything, but I am Mormon. I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
I'm very familiar with Mormon.
And there are a lot of naysayers when it comes to my religion, right? And you do you had a bad experience, you whatever happened to you happened to you. And I'm sorry that it happened to you, but that doesn't mean I'm going to listen to what you have to say.
Absolutely.
Because I don't need that. I don't need that. I mean, I could listen to it and still keep my faith because I'm that person, but I don't need to. There's no reason for me to do that. Why would I need to listen to somebody who's only talking bad about something that I believe in? So that I don't have commercials when I'm listening to YouTube. I pay for my Pandora so that I don't have commercials when I'm listening to my music. Please do not interrupt my music with anything. Thank you very much. My music is my music.
That's your music.
It's keeping me chill. Like, let's not mess with it.
There you go. Don't mess with my music.
I will not be chill. I hear a commercial. I get irate. And it's like, wait a minute. You're not supposed to have that. What happened? I have been paying for my Pandora for years and it will not stop. And I am not paid by Pandora or YouTube to say, pay for this stuff so you don't listen to ads. I'm just saying that I protect my mental by being like, okay, these things can't have ads. Like I don't want to listen to it. I don't need my videos being broken up 3 times a piece to listen to some ad. I don't need my music interrupted. My music literally some days is the only thing keeping me from spazzing out.
There you go.
Because I'm having a bad day. And like, you don't really want to become the person between me and my music on me having a bad day. It's just a bad place for you to be.
Now I know. Do not get between Nick and her music. You're going to have a problem.
It's a bad idea.
Well, and that's the whole idea. Like, this is the thing. My job is not to change a person's beliefs, right? It's not my job. I mean, because a person's belief is their beliefs. That's perception of the world. My job as a coach is to respect your model of the world and walk alongside you to make the changes that you want. It has nothing to do with me. Did I agree with it or not? It doesn't matter if I agree with it or not. I'm not going to tell them to make a change in that. My thing to them was, look, if you're going to continue to do this, if you're going to continue to be in this type of situation, so what my job is to do is to make you the best version of yourself so you can be prepared to walk through it with and be able to set proper boundaries so that you can go through it without getting spazzed out or without reacting to the situation. And that's my job. '60s. So my world is totally different than most. So yeah, I mean, I hear you. I don't try to change anybody's beliefs. That's not my job. Unless you ask me to. I mean, you says, okay, Curtis, my belief about money is that it's limited. Well, that's a different belief. That's a limiting belief. And you don't want to feel that anymore. Now we can work on that.
Yep. I talked about that recently with somebody because I have helped people with their finances,
Right.
their business finances, not their personal stuff. And I can go in and I can do that. And hey, if I get to spend money on their credit card, it's like, oh goody, this is my buying fix for the day. I don't need to buy anything for myself then. This is great, right?
Yeah.
Especially when the item is $1,000 or more, because then I'm like, yeehaw, this ain't coming out of my pocket. Right. And then but I also know that when it comes to my finances, my anxiety shoots through the wall as soon as I don't understand what decimal point something goes in, right? As soon as something is like, oh, why didn't this show up on this when it was supposed to, or that kind of thing, my brain goes cloudy with a chance of rain, and like nope, my brain's like, nope, I'm done. This is anxiety ridden. I don't want to do this anymore. So my friend helps me with my finances because my finances are a thing for me.
Okay.
Because when I was growing up, my mom was very irresponsible with money. And so I kind of learned from that. And I have, in the last couple of years, learned that's not how you're supposed to live. You're not supposed to only always be down to your last penny every time you get a paycheck or something. Yeah. And it's still something I'm working on because to me, I have this much money. Let's see what I can do with it today. And I kind of need to stop doing that.
Well, and that's what, that's what I do for individuals. Number one, where it says, okay, where did that thought or where did that feeling come from? Right? You already said that it came from your mom. Right. And think about it like this. Most of the programming that we experience today was programmed between we were aged between 0 and 7. All of the programming the book Biology of Beliefs by Bruce Lipton, he talks about the fact that most programming happens in the imprinting stage between 0 and 7. Now, is that sometimes we are programmed while we're in the womb, if our mom is stressed, if there is bad relationship vibes going in, all of that stuff also program us. And the feeling about money came from your mom. It might be generational, meaning that's the way her mom did it, that's the way my mom's mom did it, and that's the way their mom's mom did it. But now, guess what? The beauty part about it, Nikki, you don't have to do it that way. You can be reprogrammed to say that, hey, I am responsible for what I do. I'm responsible for the money that I actually spend, and either let go of that old belief that your mom had so that you can now live even a better life.
Yep. That is what I'm working on. Just because my brain is my brain. I ended up with a doozy of a brain. So I'm still working on it.
That's right. We all are.
To kind of switch into the more business gear, because that was kind of mental health. That was mental health, not even kind of, that was. But to switch over into the business side of things, you said that you were the president?
Yeah, I'm the CEO and founder of Bespoke Human Potential Coaching.
Okay. And so how long has that been a company?
Probably about 7 or 8 years now. I don't know the exact number, but we were looking at it. Me and my wife was talking about it the other day. I think I was actually incorporated about 7 years ago.
Okay. And what kinds of challenges have you met with?
Well, one of the first challenges that I had was finding my personal identity, right? Is because of the fact that when I went to hypnotherapy school, they want me to be a hypnotherapist, in which I didn't want to be just a hypnotherapist. And the world that we live in, people call us coaches. I'm not a coach either. I do coaching, but I'm not like a coach most people see life coaches. how do I actually help and support individuals? I mean, because I do practice hypnotherapy, meaning that's one of the modalities that I have. And I'm also a coach because I am an executive coach, and I'm also a neurolinguistic programming practitioner and a mental and emotional release. I have to figure out how can I integrate all of those things together so that now I have my own voice. It was very difficult because it was like, okay, who am I? And one of the challenges with business is if you don't know who you are, how are you going to explain to someone else what you do? Right? It has to be very clear. And so now I know I help with CEOs, entrepreneurs, and high performance individuals who have blind spots or this invisible ceiling that's actually preventing them from becoming the best version of themselves. And it usually represent their income, their lifestyle, and how they actually operate on a day-to-day basis. I help people break through that.
That it's an important thing for people to break through, because I mean, I've realized it with myself recently that like, well, once I get to this amount, I'll be successful. But you kind of get to that amount and then and then what do you do once you're past it? Because my brain still hasn't figured that out.
But basically, you need to talk to me then. Right? Well, our conscious mind has a conscious goal, a desired result, right? If it's going up and down, right? Then our subconscious mind has a different agenda because that's the programming. Think about the programming, the old programming that my mom spent the last penny. And that's all I know, right? So now you got one that says, I want to make a lot of money. And you got another part of yourself that says, well, this is what we've always done, live to the last penny. Now you got two different things going two different ways. And the whole ideal is to have both of them going the same direction, meaning your conscious mind and your subconscious mind now speaking the same language. And one of the biggest and the deepest level programming that prevents that is what I call values. Values is our deepest level programming that actually prevents us from actually becoming the best version of ourselves. Values is usually a single word. It's something that we're willing to invest time, energy, and resources in, something that we'll fight to protect. Our values actually determine our ceiling, but nobody's ever stopped to say, what are my values? What is really important to me? And then is there any baggage in it? And that's kind of what we do. We go through that process so that the progress, when a person is experiencing progress, they don't immediately discomfort. It's like, I'm moving my way up. I got to 50 and I get close to 60. I feel uncomfortable and I start to sabotage, and then I start going back down again until I get to a point where, oh my God, I got to pay my bills. So I got to get back on my game, and I start back working again. And it's like this, keep going back and forth, back and forth. That's an indication that a person's values are out of alignment. And one of the sessions we do is find out what that is and help you realign your values so that now you operating at your full capacity.
Okay. I am quite sure my income is not at the point where I could afford you, though.
Well, that's where we need to talk to me. That's why you need to talk to me, so that your income can be that level. That's funny.
Your lighting screams money.
And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. This is the thing. It's like in order for us to, we have to invest in ourselves. I even invest in coaches myself, right? Because it's not like I have it all together. Great. You're doing really well compared to with everybody else. Because think about like this, a baseball player in the baseball world, if they are batting 300, that means out of 10 times they get up to bat, three of the times out of 10, they get on base. That's what 300. And they get paid millions of dollars because they can bat 300. as individuals, if we can get to the point where we're batting 800, 80% of the time we're doing extremely well, 20% we're still working on, we're doing extremely well. We'll never get 100%. Mm-hmm. Nobody, no one. That just won't happen because we're all human. We're going to have challenges. But the whole ideal is to have tools and things available to yourself so that when those times do come, you know how to navigate through them and get through them easily and effortless.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, I have to figure out a question. My brain.
Take your time. Basically, there's a couple of ways they can start working with me. Number one is we can do a 15, 20, 30-minute free assessment. Basically, you call me and we sit down and we talk and we see where you are on your journey. Mm-hmm. It's the value of that program is about $700 to $800, and they can do that one for $250. But that's an hour and a half with me where we go through your values. I help you elicit your values in an area that you desire to change. We'll just say for this conversation, we'll say work, right? Mm-hmm. And so we'll take an hour and a half to actually go through your values, figure out what's actually out of alignment with your values. We'll put them in a hierarchy, and then we'll also help you define those values. So now that a starting point to where you want to become. It's a powerful session. People go through that session and they come out with something. I mean, obviously won't make major change, but they'll have enough change to kind of like, oh, now I see what he does. Obviously, then we can go up the ladder from there. We have just the consultation, then you can do the values, and then you can do what I call a one-day mindset reset, which is a powerful, I do this is 8 hours over 2 days, 4 hours a day. It's a powerful session. And even in that session, one of my clients said, wow, Curtis, in 1 hour, you've gotten rid of more things than I've gotten rid of in 10 years in therapy. And that's how powerful it is. It's just a powerful session. And so that's the ladder up from that. And that's right now, I think it's going for about $2,000. We do the 8 hours. It goes up from there. I have something for everybody, meaning if you want to start and then we can really go into it. Then if you want I have a 2-month program, and I also have a 3-month program that a person can actually take advantage of, because I just want to meet a person where they are on their journey, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You mean to be ready, Nikki?
I know. Look, my brain is cold, okay? It can't concentrate. All I keep thinking about is my hand hurts because it's so cold. You mentioned one client earlier.
No, don't worry about that, because I have to make sure I keep my client's identity. They come out and say, hey, or they do or something, but usually because of HIPAA, I can't really discuss details about a client. No, basically, I really don't have a favorite, because this is the thing. This is what I get really excited about, is that everyone that I've worked with came out with something much more powerful than they came in with. Usually, whatever they wanted, that's what they got. And for me, as I was talking to you about earlier, is that one of my clients was telling me how he was feeling now and some of the things he's going through now. That's, to me, that's beautiful. It's because of the fact that what the work we've done and a person got the changes that they wanted and desired is so important. We worked with one young lady who was not working. She was struggling through trying to get a job. And now she landed her job making over 6 figures because of what we did, getting rid of all the baggage that's actually preventing her. We have another young lady who it's on my website. We did a story. She did a beautiful testimonial for me. It's on YouTube, and it's also on my website on the front page, of how now I remember she's coming to me and now she's making the money and she's doing it. She's getting out. She's freely doing the things that she's always wanted to do. She wanted to be in acting and singing and stuff and on stage, and now she could do that. So there are so many. I mean, really and truly, the people that I take on as clients, because I don't take everybody on.
Mm-hmm.
From 1 to 10, how bad do you want to change? And if they say 3 or 4, I says, well, when you get to 7, 8, or 9, or 10, come back to see me, because I don't work with 3 or 4s because they're not ready to change.
Mm-mm.
It's not because I don't do the change and they do the change. I just do the facilitation of the change. All the people I work with, I have not gotten one that I'm like, oh my God, they were a nightmare of a client.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten some people who are a little bit more challenging than others. And I have to utilize, you can see, I have a lot of stuff to pull from. So I have to kind of dig deep to get what they needed, but we got the change. That's the most important thing.
Mm-hmm. Are there any final thoughts?
Well, the thing about it, I want everybody to understand is this. This is one of the things I always tell people. Number one, it's okay not to be okay. But it's not okay to pretend you're okay and you're not. If you're out there pretending that you're okay, that's not good. That's not cool, because that actually messes with who you truly are. And change, your body is affected mentally, physically, and emotionally, you're affected. And so go out and get some help from someone in making sure that you're okay. Don't let the world dictate to you that because you're feeling a feeling, you're feeling sad. That people walk around with all these labels. No, you're feeling anxiety. You're feeling it. That's not who you are. And I always tell people to separate the feeling from the actual emotion, because sometimes we make that a part of our identity, and that's not who we are. We're more than that. And that's what I want to leave with people is you're more than your identity. You're more than your symptom. You're more than your feeling or your emotion. Make sure you separate that from who you are, so that now you can see it for what it is and allow it to actually tell you what it needs, so you can release and let go.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree with that. Okay. Thank you for being on my podcast. Got a lot done in a very short amount of time. Like, I feel like we've been talking for over an hour, but it's been not an hour. So,
Right.
I mean, we still covered a lot.
Yeah, we got a lot in. I think you allowed me to just talk, and which was great. So we got a lot in, and I appreciate you allowing me to come and just be. I love when people ask me questions, because I can just pull stuff out that I know that I can talk about, because I talk about it all the time. I love talking about what I do and how I do it, and how I help and support individuals to move to the next level. So I appreciate you, Nikki. Thank you.